Roll up a blunt, try to car real fast. Fuck it, let go 220. Yeah. Fuck it, let go 220. Yeah. Roll up a blunt, try to car real fast. Fuck it, let go 220.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, the stream just fucking cut off.
Broke ass nigga can't send $20. Baby, I send you $100. Roll up a blunt, try to car real fast. Fuck it, let go 220. I got my gun, probably got it on crash. Fuck it, let go 220. I told a fuck nigga start laughing. Whenever I'm talking this shit, not funny. Broke ass nigga can't send $20. Baby, I send you $100. Ain't get justice, ain't get help, but shit life good right now. If they go against the grain, just like Hank put them on the shirt. Think that nigga fighting demon, popping perk to that way to church. On the north side of Atlanta, I got my gun right under my shirt. Same nigga fucking doubt it. I said it did, I get your ass hurt. Ho ain't fuck with me in high school. On my store right now, she hurt. I don't even kick it with my family. Shit hit different right now, I'm hurt. I went bust down on my white. Money get long like Louis Z. Burt. I spent 3K inside New York. That shit was like they. I swear to God, I'ma go in my A. Nigga, if I make the right play. If you really want a badge, you get up your ass, gon' make some shapes.
Alright, whatever. That's like you don't want work.
Take on the Christ. I got a partner that believe in Buddha. He's saying repeats, but nigga ain't cross me. I got a partner that feeling law, will pop in the purse, but fucking in life up. I see my partner fucking the prince, foot on whip it, fucking in life up. I see my grandma inside the casket. What the fuck? And fucking my life up. Roll up a blunt, try to car real bad. Fucking let go 220. I got my gun, pretty got on crash. Fucking let go 220. I told the fuck nigga start laughing whenever I'm talking
this shit ain't funny.
Broke ass nigga can't send $20. Baby, I send you $100. Roll up a blunt, try to car real fast. Fucking let go 220.
Boom bow.
I got my gun, pretty got on crash. Fucking let go 220.
I done told it.
So the fuck nigga start laughing whenever I'm talking this shit not funny. Broke ass nigga can't send $20. Baby, I send you $100. Me and my partner finna walk through the back door, make sure the bitch not honey. I swear to God, if I see them lights, I'ma turn to a living, I'ma just start running. Give me this bitch, excellent back shot. I told the bitch start running. Walking this bitch with my gun like drumline. Walking this bitch start drumming. Walking this bitch with green and dog. Walking this bitch start thumbing. As soon as I put it, chorus, bet that shit not funny. Home want me to buy her like a chorus. Ain't finna buy the whole nothing. Broke ass nigga can't afford McDonald's. Can't even buy him a muffin.
Can't even buy him a muffin.
Oh. Man, that's my cue to stop before I fucking run and fuck myself up. Alright, Dr. Mod, I remastered GTA with 99 mods. Alright, we said we was gonna do this yesterday, so well, I said yesterday I was gonna do this today, so we gonna do this today. We gonna see some mod packs. It's a year ago, this 9 months ago, this 3 months ago. I may install 90 mods to GTA San Andreas. Okay, bet.
Let's max out San Andreas with the best mods out there, and that means better graphics, improved physics, real cars, updated UI, and a ton of smart quality of life changes. First things first, Essentials. It's a bundle of must-have fixes so the game runs properly on modern PCs, including crash fixes, widescreen support, memory and streaming tweaks, input stability, all the boring stuff you absolutely need before adding anything else. Next on the list is Immersive San Andreas, which is easily one of the best graphics mods ever made for this game. I played the entire story with it, and it completely transforms the atmosphere. The lighting looks modern, the volumetric clouds are gorgeous, and there are tons of subtle details like vehicle raindrops and a realistic water shader. Then there's Rosa Evolved, which basically remasters the textures across the entire game. Roads, pavements, billboards, buildings, everything. It replaces every old low-res texture with high-quality ones while keeping the original style. So the game still feels like San Andreas, just sharper and more detailed. It's the perfect foundation to build on before adding any other mods. Next up, Project 2DFX, the fix for San Andreas' terrible draw distance. By default, vegetation and objects pop in right in front of you, but this mod completely changes that. It lets you customize the draw distance for trees, lights, and objects through a simple INE file. Now you can actually see lamppost coronas and the Los Santos skyline from way farther away. There are other similar mods out there, like proper fixes, but it's not compatible with ENB, so for now, I'm sticking with 2DFX. And while we're on the topic of vegetation, there are tons of options like Insanity or Project Oblivion, but I decided to go with Behind Space of Reality's 5 stars. The pack includes vegetation models straight from GTA 5, plus some made completely from scratch. No matter where you are on the map, everything looks much higher quality and blends in surprisingly well, especially when paired with the graphics mod.
Modding San Andreas as a beginner can be difficult. San Andreas is old, and modding has evolved a lot since the beginning, resulting in confusion with a lot of different installation methods, old poorly developed mods still being used, and the general lack of information for beginners on how modifying San Andreas actually works.
We gotta do this today, bro.
With this guide, I hope to change that. So welcome to the first episode of the ultimate modding guide for San Andreas. Let's get started.
Alright, bet.
Modding San Andreas isn't like modding Fallout or Skyrim. There isn't a handy tool like Vortex where you simply download a mod on Nexus and it installs with the click of a button. Instead, when modding San Andreas, you'll be handling a lot of modified files yourself, and while it's a lot easier now than it was before, it can still be difficult for beginners to know what file types do what. With this guide, I will cover everything you need to know about modding GTA San Andreas, including preparing your game for mods. You will need to do a few things before you start installing mods for San Andreas, like making sure you're on the correct version of San Andreas.
Alright, bet. So how I know that?
Installing the essentials. This will include an ASI loader, Clio, mod loader, and more. You'll learn more about these.
Alright, so ASI loader, mod loader, and god damn, we're gonna need a lot of stuff for this. Damn, alright, bet. Let's do it.
Soon.
I do it.
Using
we all in, gang.
In this guide, we'll cover how to use mod loader in depth, covering how it works and how you can use it. Installing mods and understanding file types. By the end of this guide, you should be able to download any mod you like, see the file types of the mod, understand what the files are for, and instantly know how to install the mod.
Right.
Solving crashes. It's easy to manage.
Okay, we
if you're,
understand the introduction.
which you can activate through the YouTube UI fairly quickly. So, who exactly is this guide for? This guide is primarily for beginners who have zero as well. For the first part of this guide, we're going to set our game up correctly so we can mod. This is very important, as if the game isn't set up correctly, you will run into issues later on when installing mods. So let's start. First off, you need a clean, unmodded copy of San Andreas. If you've already modded your game, reinstall San Andreas and start again with this guide. Second,
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together. One subscription, 2 apps. Try one month free.
You need to know where your game folder is located. If you're using the Steam version of San Andreas, you can right-click San Andreas in your Steam library, click Properties, click Local Files, and then click Browse. If you're using the Rockstar Games Launcher version of the game, you can click on Settings in the Rockstar Games Launcher, click Record. Make sure you can view file extensions. This will allow you to view file types for your game files and the mods you download. On Windows 10, click the View tab in File Explorer and make sure File Name Extensions is ticked. On Windows 11, click the View tab in File Explorer, click on Show, and make sure file name extensions is ticked. Fourth, you need version 1.0 of San Andreas, specifically the cracked US version of 1.0, often referred to as Hoodlum. Any other versions of San Andreas won't be supported by the majority of mods, and your game will crash. Right-click on the game's executable and click Properties. If your game version is 1.0, the game's executable should be 13.7 megabytes in size. That's
bet. All right, so we cool right now. Yeah, we got the 2005, the December 2005 version, gang. Oh yeah, we okay.
That's the clearest indication you're running the correct version. If you just downloaded San Andreas from Steam or the Rockstar Games launcher, or you're using a DVD copy of the game, you will need to use a downgrader on these versions. I have a video available showing you how to quickly downgrade the game to the correct version for modding.
Wait, this game 13.7 megabytes? Y'all know how small that is? The game is little as hell. Now games be fucking 160, 180 fucking gigabytes. Shit is tough. I ain't gonna lie. Shit is beyond tough. What was that? Oh, Ellie's World. Thank you for the sub. Ellie's World. Thank you for the sub. All right, let's get back to it.
I'll leave a link in the description. Keep in mind, and this is important, saves from newer game versions won't work when you downgrade to version 1.0. The game will simply crash. So you will need to start a new game once you downgrade. If you're using a pirated copy, the downgrader isn't guaranteed to work and you won't be able to follow this guide. Please don't ask for help in the comments if you're using a pirated copy of San Andreas and run into issues. There's nothing I can do, and I can only recommend buying it any way you can, which I know can be difficult, but that's the only way I can guarantee it'll work.
The game is like $9.
You can try follow the guide if you like, but again, it's not guaranteed to work. Fifth, make sure your game folder doesn't require admin permission to make changes. 99%.
Is it crazy? Is it crazy that I forgot what I was gonna say. I just forgot what I was gonna say, gang. Shit! It'll come back to me.
Of the time, this should only be a problem with the Rockstar Games launcher version.
Oh, is it crazy that I got this game on Netflix for mobile? I got this game. I had the pirated version. Back in the day, I used to have the pirated version from the Pirate Bay, if y'all know what it is. And then I had found a way to never have to re-download the game or have to re-buy the game. I bought the game and then I put it on a USB drive, or not a USB drive. I put it on a cloud save on my Google Drive, and I just saved it to my Google Drive. So now, if I switch computers, anything, I still have San Andreas.
Version of San Andreas. And if you're using that version, you should have followed my downgrader video, which will show you how to solve this issue. Just to make sure though, this is how you can check whether or not your game folder requires admin permission to make changes. Right click in your game folder, go to New in the context menu, and if the option to create a new folder has the little shield icon next to it, that means the folder needs admin permission to make changes.
Oh, we cool.
If there's no shield icon, you're all set to go. If you do have a shield icon next to the new folder option, I'd recommend copying and pasting the game folder to somewhere else on your system that isn't as restrictive, such as a general games folder outside of program files. You must make sure admin permission is no longer required to modify the folder before following this guide.
What's good, Crimea?
Mods need to generate files frequently, and a lot of mods simply won't work.
We're trying to download San Andreas mods real quick. We learned how to download San Andreas mods.
Download and install 7-zip. Make sure you choose the correct version for your computer. A lot of mods will come in archives other than zip files, and you'll need 7-zip to open these archives, as Windows can't do it natively. I'll leave a link to 7-zip in the description.
I got WinRAR. I don't need that.
Testing. Test the game to make sure it works by launching the game's executable. You should know about several issues that come with version 1.0 of San Andreas before doing this though. The first issue with version 1.0 is that it has notorious issues with the mouse simply not working at all. So I'd recommend navigating the menu with your keyboard if you get this issue. You can use the directional keys to navigate the menus and the enter and escape key to enter and exit submenus. We'll fix this later with mods. Second, version 1.0 doesn't support 16:9 resolutions, such as 720p, 1080p, or 1440p. So just use another resolution that your display supports. We'll also fix this issue with mods soon. Lastly, make sure you have frame limiter on in your game settings. San Andreas isn't meant to be played at an FPS higher than 30, and the game can freeze if your FPS is too high when loading. When you enable frame limiter, you'll actually notice your FPS is limited to 25 FPS. We will also fix this later with mods.
Alright, bet. So low key, I need to go in here. I need to turn on frame limiter. You back? I'm in that. You in a what? Are you at the doctor? What's good, Aiden? Damn, what happened? Why you at the doctor? Damn, babe. Hey, now we gotta pray. We gotta pray, gang. God, please let Aiden survive whatever he is going through at the doctor. Amen. Just like that. Oh, you got strep? Oh, it be like that. I ain't gonna cap. Are you gonna pull it through? You gonna pull it through? You gonna pull it through? You got strep. We got to turn on frame limiter. I ain't gonna cap. So, how you get strep? What you got? I don't know where you live at. I live in Florida, so I mean, it's rare people get any type of what the hell? Hold on. Let me see. Where's frame limiter at? Oh, that's the visual settings. So, boom, display. Advanced, I guess. Frame limiter on. Okay, bet. I'm gonna turn my draw distance up because my shit was low. Widescreen on. Very high on. Anti-aliasing. No. Alright, I changed my settings to his settings. Now! Quit game. Quit game. Let's see. What you said? I am 6 in 4 days. I am 7. Alright, bet. Happy birthday, gang. Happy early birthday. You know what I'm saying? Happy early birthday, Jit. You know what I'm saying?
And the game can freeze if your FPS is too high. We will also fix this later with mods, so don't worry about it, just ignore how terrible it feels for now. Okay, so start a new game, run around for a few minutes, and get into a vehicle to make sure the radio and other audio works. Again,
I do.
Make sure you start a new game after you've downgraded. If there's an issue with your settings file, go to your Documents folder, find your GTA. I'd recommend renaming the backup folder as File Types in File Explorer. You should have your game downgraded to version 1.0. You should know whether or not your game folder requires admin privileges to make changes, and how to fix it if it's an issue. You should have 7-zip installed on your PC. You should have verified that your game is running and there's no crashes after a few minutes of play. You should have a backup of your downgraded game before you've started modding it. Okay, and that's all for part 1. I know you're probably eager to start installing as many mods as you can, but believe me, setting up your game correctly goes a long way for the stability of the game, and it also expands your modding knowledge.
Alright, he told us the beginning of shit, okay. It's got to. It's part 2.
We're the #9 Kia dealer in the country and coming for number 1.
We got a backup and
Here's
we got
what that means for you. We're training every day.
And we got the main.
Working hard to earn your business.
In the first video of this series, we familiarized ourselves with our game and got it set up for install. The first modification we're going to make will be to the game's executable, by increasing the amount of RAM the game can use. San Andreas is a 32-bit game, which means by default it can only use 2 GB of your system RAM for tasks. This isn't ideal when modding, as a lot of mods can actually increase the amount of memory the game needs to perform well. Most of us have 64-bit PCs now, and more than 2 GB of RAM, so the limitation on how much RAM the game can use isn't ideal when we have hardware the game could take advantage of. With 32-bit applications like San Andreas, you can actually enable a flag inside the executable called Large Address Aware, and this basically allows a 32-bit application to use more than 2 GB of RAM. It isn't limitless, but instead it increases the limit from 2 GB to 4 GB on a 64-bit PC, and on a 32-bit PC, this flag increases the RAM limit from 2 GB to 3 GB. You can check if your PC is 32-bit or 64-bit in the About section on your PC. The game can have a max stream memory limit of 2 GB. This is used for streaming in and out the game world. And it'll use around 1 GB for other tasks, so 3 GB is usually more than enough. We'll go more into this later though when we take a look at the game's limits. So while there are general tools that enable this flag for 32-bit applications, there is one built specifically for the GTA games, simply called Large Address Aware. So let's download and use it. Step 1. Download Large Address Aware from the link in the description.
Large address. Know what? I ain't gonna do that. He said from the link, so let's do it from the link. Let's do it from the link, shawty. Where is that? Where is that? Large address Aware. It's ready. What's good, champion? Champion channel, what's up? What's up? Welcome. All right, y'all. Okay, okay. The large address of where? That's how it look. All right, boom. His look a little different than mine, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, here you go. It don't look different.
Step 2. Open the archive that you just downloaded and move largeaddress.exe into your main San Andreas folder. Step 3. Simply drag your San Andreas exe file and place it on the largeaddress.exe file.
Hold on, Shawty, you moving a little fast. Like I understand that I'm just retarded, but like you're still moving a little fast, gang. Like calm down. Give me a second. Like really, buddy. All right, let's go. So all right, so what we doing?
.exe into your main San Andreas folder. Step 3. Simply drag your San Andreas exe file.
Okay, so you're not putting the whole thing in there. I'm tripping. See, I was already about to fuck up. I'm already fucking up. We're gonna put that on desktop. And we're gonna move this in here. What? Hold on, let me. Extract all. So boom, extract it. Boom. There we go. See. Sometimes you just gotta know. Like you gotta like just try shit. What's good, Amish? You got a long ass name, I'm gonna be honest, but welcome. Hey, okay. We gonna throw some music on in the background, y'all. Do we want to throw music on in the background? Actually, no, we alright. Yeah, I don't need no damn music. Alright.
File and place it on the largeaddress.exe file. Except
okay, boom. So, boom. Place it on it. Yes.
The UAC pop-up when asked. Step 4. Type the letter Y for yes and hit enter. This will allow the tool to patch the exe. For those of you on 32-bit systems, you'll need to turn the 3GB switch on in your Windows installation for this to work. I'll leave a link to a small tutorial on how to do this. It's fairly simple. Again, this is only for 32-bit systems, which most people won't be using now. And that's it. San Andreas is now patched to use up to 4GB of RAM on 64-bit systems, or up to 3GB of RAM on 32-bit systems.
Can I get Robux?
The tool also creates a backup of your original exe file. You don't really need it, but that's what this file is. You can delete it if you like.
You can
also delete largeaddress.exe too. If you launch your game through Steam, make sure you also
I'm gonna tell you why I said yeah. Cause I'm planning on having a Roblox tournament. I want to have a Roblox tournament. So we gonna see we're gonna have a Roblox Rivals tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets Robux. I gotta see how much Robux. That ain't decided yet, but when I do find out, then I'll let y'all know. But yeah, I will be able to get you Robux if you win. Yeah, soon.
Use this tool on GTA-SA.exe, as Steam uses this exe instead of GTA_SA.exe. So next up, we'll install an ASI loader. ASI loaders basically load ASI plugins. These are mods with the .asi file extension, and they're typically mods that alter the game's memory, which is pretty much changing the actual game engine. They're called plugins because that's basically what they do. They plug in to the game's executable and make changes to the game's memory. A lot of the more advanced mods will be in this format, and it's likely you'll download a lot of ASI mods during your time modding San Andreas.
Right.
There's only 2 ASI loaders that I'd recommend using.
Right.
Ultimate ASI Loader and Silence ASI Loader.
Right.
I prefer to use Ultimate ASI Loader myself.
Right.
And that's what I'm going to show you how to install in this guide. But installation for Silence ASI Loader is literally the exact same.
Setup yesterday was
So
fire.
if you prefer to use that, you can. To the end user, there's basically no difference between these 2 loaders, so use whichever you like.
Setup day yesterday was
So,
fire.
let's install Ultimate ASI Loader, like I said.
Glad to hear that.
Step 1. Download the latest version of Ultimate ASI Loader from the link in the description. Please be careful what version you download. I've had a lot of people from my old guide download the 64-bit version of Ultimate ASI Loader and then complain it doesn't work. The 64-bit version is only for 64-bit games.
I gotta go to YouTube. Boom. And I'm gonna put I'm gonna put hey chat. You see what I'm saying?
What version you download. I've had a lot of people from my old guide download the 64-bit version of Ultimate ASI Loader and then complain it doesn't work. The 64-bit version is only for 64-bit games, not 64-bit operating systems. San Andreas is only 32-bit, so we don't need the 64-bit ASI Loader. Step 2. Once you've downloaded the ASI Loader, open the archive you just downloaded and extract dinput8.dll anywhere except your San Andreas folder. Step 3. Rename the .dll to vorbisfile.dll. That's VORBISFILE.dll.
He explaining how to spell it. Okay, so boom. I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna also put this over here.
I've had a lot of people from my old guide download the 64-bit version of Ultimate ASI Loader and then complain it doesn't work. The 64-bit version is only for 64-bit games, not 64-bit operating systems. San Andreas is only 32-bit, so we don't need the 64-bit ASI Loader. Step 2. Once you've downloaded the ASI Loader, open the archive you just downloaded and extract dinput8.dll anywhere except your San Andreas folder. Step 3. rename the .dll to vorbisfile.dll. That's VORBISFILE.dll. The reason we have to rename is because Ultimate ASI Loader works first.
What the hell? What's good, Viper? All right, hold on. Let me get this right. So rename Vorbis file.dll. That shit keep getting hit. I don't know why that keep happening. Alright, Vorbis file.dll. Okay, that.
Ton of different games, and depending on the game, it has to have a
what
certain
you mean you're
name.
big?
For San Andreas, it's vorbisfile.dll. Just a quick note, if you're installing Ultimate ASI Loader for GTA 3 and Vice City, you don't need to rename this file. Step 4. Simply move your renamed file to your San Andreas folder, replacing the original vorbisfile.dll when asked. Okay, you now have Ultimate ASI Loader installed. At this point, I'd recommend running the game just to make sure you've installed it correctly. If the game launches, it means you've done it correctly. If it...
I bet. I see we did it correctly. Let's see if we did it correctly. I see, chat. You said you back? You back? What did Doctor say? What the doctor said? Aiden. I did everything correctly. Correctly. Alright. He said you gotta go to school. How'd you get stepped and you still gotta go to school?
If it doesn't, you'll get an error saying something like this, and you've likely downloaded the wrong version of Ultimate ASI Loader. Just remember, vorbisfile.dll will always be an ASI loader in San Andreas. Some mod authors will include an ASI loader packaged with their mods because they don't trust some users to have one installed. But if you download a mod in the future and it has vorbisfile.dll, just remember that you don't need it. You already have an ASI loader installed, and the ASI loader you just installed doesn't need to be replaced. So, we just installed an ASI loader. Let's install an ASI mod. The first ASI mod we'll be installing is Clio. Clio is actually kind of similar to an ASI loader, in the sense that for the average user, Clio is just there to load Clio scripts, the same way an ASI loader is just there to load ASI plugins. And that's basically all Clio is. It's an ASI mod that loads Clio scripts. Now, what are Clio scripts? Well, a little history first. San Andreas has a main script called main.scm. This contains logic for all the missions in the game, and this script is written in a programming language we call SCM. SCM has been reverse engineered and knowledge has been shared between the modding community since GTA 3 released in 2001, and with that knowledge, modders have made some fantastic mods using SCM.
So
but there was a big problem in the early days of modding. The game only has one main.scm file, so if you made an SCM mod, it was pretty hard to share it with other people. Either they used your main.scm file, which has your own code added to it, or the code was shared separately, and people would have to add it to their own main.scm file, which isn't exactly ideal. Along with that, if you made changes to the game's main script, which again is the main.scm file, a lot of the time you would have to start a new game after making those changes, as changing the game's script would break its compatibility with saves. This is actually why your saves don't work when you downgrade San Andreas. It's because Rockstar had to make changes to main.scm. So, where does Clio play into all of this? Clio allows modders to make scripts in SCM, but instead loads them outside of the game's main script. So, you could add SCM mods without breaking your saves. Along with that, the modders know the difference between Clio scripts and ASI plugins. So let's actually install Clio to our game now. Step 1. Download the latest version of Clio from the link in the description. Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded.
Do that. Clio zip.
Downloaded, and copy the Clio folder, the scripts folder, base.dll, clio.asi, and vorbishooked.dll into your San Andreas.
So we copying Clio. Oh wait, how he do that? Here. How he did that? Oh, he knew something I don't know. He knew something I don't know. Okay, we can close this. We done with that. File Explorer. Okay, boom. So we need the Clio folder. Throw that over. We need the scripts folder. Throw that over. We need base DLL. Throw that over. We need Clio ASI. Throw that over. And we need Forbes hooked. Yeah. Forbes hooked. Throw that over. Lady.
Folder. We don't need vorbisfile.dll as we already have an ASI loader like I said before. And that's it. Clio is now installed. The scripts folder that comes with Clio is actually an ASI loader feature. You can place your ASI plugins into the scripts folder and the game will load them from there instead of the main game folder. For example, we can move Clio.asi into the scripts folder and it'll still work. However, not all ASI plugins will work from the scripts folder. Usually older ASI plugins that load additional files won't work. Despite Clio.asi working inside the scripts folder, I prefer to leave this in the main game directory. Your Clio scripts actually go into the Clio folder, so don't get these mixed up. We'll be installing some Clio scripts later on, but for now, let's move on to installing some vital Clio plugins. I mentioned Clio plugins before. Don't mix these up with Clio scripts, which is mostly what Clio mods are. Clio plugins are files which have the .scripts that require new opcodes they will actually work with just Clio Plus instead. However,
Clio
Plus doesn't cover everything that new opcodes does. Not right now anyway. So for this reason, I'd recommend having both new opcodes and Clio Plus installed. So let's do that now. First, we'll install new opcodes. Step 1. Download new opcodes from the link in the description. Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded. Open the Clio folder in the archive.
Hold on, because I skipped something. He said download new upcodes. So, boom. I skipped. I had download the plus shit. Boom. New upcodes. You download that bit right there. Boom, boom, boom. Let me drop that right there. Drop Clio Plus right here. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. Lady. Alright, bet.
Archive, and then copy new opcodes.clio from the archive.
Okay, what we doing?
Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded. Open the Clio
Okay.
folder in the archive, and then copy new
And then copy
opcodes.clio from the archive into your Clio folder. That's it. Let's install Clio Plus now. Step 1. Download Clio Plus from the link in the description. Step 2. Open the archive. Open the English or Portuguese folder depending on the language you prefer. Open the Clio folder in the archive and then copy clioplus.clio from the archive into your Clio folder.
Did what we gonna do, right? Cause I had.
And that's it. These are the two main Clio plugins used by modders.
I bet. Say that then, baby.
Keep in mind, some mods may come with these Clio plugins already, but you shouldn't need them as you already have them installed. So just skip these files if you see them included with mods.
Right.
The only reason you may need them is if Clio Plus gets an update and the mod requires the latest version of Clio Plus. I'd recommend keeping an eye on the mod page for Clio Plus to ensure you're always running the latest version. Next up is ModLoader. ModLoader was a relatively late addition to the San Andreas modding scene, coming out in 2013,
GTA
nearly
Garage.
10 years after San Andreas released. ModLoader is a godsend for people wanting to mod their game, and has another ASI plugin, and it's very easy to install. Step 1. Download the latest version of ModLoader from the link in the description. Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded, copy the ModLoader folder to your San Andreas folder, and then copy modloader.asi into your scripts folder. Step 3. Launch your game, start a new game, and make sure it loads another ASI plugin, and it's very easy to install. Step 1.
Right.
Download the latest version of ModLoader from the link in the description. Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded, copy the modloader folder to your San Andreas folder, and then copy modloader.asi into your scripts folder. Copy the modloader folder to your San Andreas folder.
Okay. So, copy modloader to here, and then
folder, and then copy modloader.asi into your scripts folder.
Alright, bet.
Step 3. Launch your game, start a new game, and make sure it loads CJ into the alley. Step 4.
Alright. We gotta do this one by one, y'all. Alright, boom. And they gotta load CJ in the alley. What if it load me somewhere else? Did I just completely fuck my game and I'm gonna fucking get hacked and I lose everything? Oh, all about to say. Oh, for the see. Alright, start a new game. New game. Yeah. Alright, we should move. We should move.
Once it does, exit the game and check the modloader folder. You should now see two new files, modloader.ini and modloader.log. If these files aren't there, something is wrong and your game hasn't got permission to create files. You'll have to move the game to another location on your PC where you don't require admin permission to create new files. And that's it, modloader is installed. For this ASI plugin, we installed it in our scripts folder instead of the main game folder, since it works perfectly in the scripts folder. You can place it in the main game folder if you like, but it's up to you. Next, we're going to install Silent Patch. This is one of the most essential mods we're going to install, as it fixes a huge number of issues with San Andreas. This patch will fix your mouse locking up, frame limiter locking your frame rate to 25 instead of 30, restores 16:9 resolutions such as 1080p,
Right.
and so much more. I'll leave a link to the full list of fixes in the description. I have a mod showroom video covering Silent Patch in full, including configuring every option and showing off more of the fixes. I'd recommend watching that video after you finish this guide if you really want to get the most out of this mod. But by default, Silent Patch doesn't necessarily have to be configured. You should always have Silent Patch installed on your game. It fixes so many issues that it's basically a necessity, and it should be compatible with basically every
scripts,
mod
right?
out
Because
there.
it's an ASI.
So let's install the mod. Step 1. Download the mod from the link in the description.
Alright. Got that already.
Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded. Now, you have 3 options on where you can install Silent Patch. As it's an ASI plugin, you can install it in the main game folder. You can install it in the scripts folder.
Yep, or the mod loader. Right.
Or you can install it inside modloader.
See, I'm learning.
We're going to install it with modloader, as we now have modloader installed, and it works perfectly there. It's best to keep your mods organized inside modloader if you can. However, keep in mind, just like the scripts folder, not all ASI mods will work inside the modloader folder. However, the majority will. including Silent Patch. Again, I'll go much more in depth with ModLoader next episode, so just follow along for now. You'll understand what it is and how it works much better by the end of this guide. Step 3. Open your ModLoader folder and create a new folder called Silent Patch.
Alright, bet. My little folder, create a new folder called Silent Patch. New folder. Silent Patch.
Step 4. Simply copy silentpatch.sa.asi and silentpatch.sa.ini from the Silent Patch archive.
Then get these two, put them here.
Into your newly created Silent Patch folder. And that's basically it. Silent Patch is installed with ModLoader. Silent Patch also has a configuration file similar to ModLoader. These typically use the .ini format. A lot of ASI mods will likely have these, and they allow users to customize the mod with various options. These can be opened with Notepad or any other text editor. Like I said earlier, Silent Patch doesn't necessarily need to be configured, so we won't bother for this guide. However, if you are looking to get more out of the patch, you can check out the mod shop missing from version 1.0 fixes things like the field of view. We're actually going to install an older version of Widescreen Fix, as the newer versions currently break menus made by some mods, due to a new version of Widescreen Fix changing how the game renders menus. Unfortunately, a lot of the older mods affected probably won't be updated, and I don't think it's worth breaking a load of other mods just to use the latest version of Widescreen Fix, which doesn't have many significant improvements anyway. Maybe this issue will be fixed in the future, but for now I'd recommend just using the old version of Widescreen Fix. So, let's install Widescreen Fix. Once again, it's another ASI mod and it works great with ModLoader, so we're going to install it the same way we did with Silent Patch. Step 1. Download the mod from the link in the description. Make sure it's the older version of the mod. So we're going to install it the same way we did with Silent Patch. Step 1. Download the mod from the link in the description. Make sure it's the older version of the mod. Step 2. Open your ModLoader folder and create a new folder called Widescreen Fix. Step 3. Open the archive you just downloaded. You'll see two folders. Step 2. Open your ModLoader folder and create a new folder called Widescreen Fix. Step 3. Open the archive you just downloaded. You'll see two folders. Open the first one and copy gtasa.widescreenfix.asi and .ini to the Widescreen Fix. Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded. You'll see two folders. Open the first one and copy gtasa.widescreenfix.asi and .ini to the Widescreen Fix folder you've just created in your ModLoader folder. Next, open the other folder in the archive and copy wshps.asi into the Widescreen Fix folder you just created in your ModLoader folder. And that's it, Widescreen Fix is installed. The mod has a widescreenfix.asi and .widescreen fix.
Alright.
Step 3. open the archive you just downloaded. You'll see two folders. Open the first one and copy gtasa.widescreenfix.asi and .ini to the widescreenfix folder you just created in your modloader folder.
Right.
With YouTube Music Premium, listen ad-free. Offline.
Next, open the other folder in the archive and copy wshps.asi into the widescreen fix folder you just created in your modloader folder. And that's it, widescreen fix is installed. The mod has a few additional options in its configuration file. Just like Silent Patch though, you don't necessarily need to configure this mod. It works out of the box perfectly. So at this point, I'd once again recommend testing your game to make sure it works. It doesn't need to be an extensive test, as we haven't installed a lot. Simply launch the game, start a new game, and if it loads, you should be set to go.
Alright, bet. So, once again, we gotta launch the game.
Once again, recommend testing your game to make sure it works. Screen fix folder you just created in your modloader folder. Next, open the other folder in the archive and copy you just created. The mod has a few additional options in its configure this mod. Recommend testing your game to make sure it works. It doesn't need to be an extensive test, as we haven't installed a lot. Simply launch the game, start a new game, and if it loads, you should be set to go. So next, we're going to install.
It did not load. I used to do it. Oh, I was about to say. My shit closed. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, bet.
A limit adjuster. Now, there's a lot of confusion around limit adjusters and how they should be used. So, I'm hoping to clear this up in this guide. Basically, in the San Andreas engine, there's set limits to a lot of things. So, here's a simplified example. If the game engine has a limit that says only 5 vehicle models can be loaded at once, it will most likely crash if 6 vehicle models are loaded. Now, if a limit is surpassed, it won't always mean the game is going to crash either. For example, I've just changed the limit for Corona shadows to 1. These are the shadows you see under lights, also known as Coronas. However, as you can see, the game isn't crashing here. Instead, if the game goes over this limit, it will simply load just one of the Corona shadows, as that's the limit I've set. That's basically how most limits work in San Andreas. There are limits for a massive number of things in the game. However, basically all of the ones that will prevent you from modding your game to your heart's content have been cracked and expanded by the modding community. Here's the thing though, I've often had people come to me complaining that their game is crashing, and they'll say that they tried changing limits in a limit adjuster and it didn't fix the issue. The thing is, you basically never have to mess with a limit adjuster, unless a mod specifically tells you to, that you need to set a certain limit to a certain value. Otherwise, you shouldn't have to touch any of the settings inside the limit adjuster.
Okay, facts.
Along with that,
That's good.
the only mods that would even need you to specifically set limits would be massive mods that add new places to the map. And even then, 99% of the time, they include their own settings for whatever limit adjuster they use for the project. So you're not really expected to know how to tweak limit adjusters anyway. Now, there's 2 main limit adjusters out there for San Andreas. There is Open Limit Adjuster and Fastman92 Limit Adjuster. Let's talk about these two. We'll start with Open Limit Adjuster. Open Limit Adjuster is very user-friendly and covers basically everything you'll need when simply installing the majority of San Andreas mods. With Open Limit Adjuster at default settings, the game is now capable of basically loading the entire map without any crashes. This includes every object on the map, such as trees and lampposts. This wouldn't be possible with the normal game limits, so you should never really run into a limits problem when using Open Limit Adjuster. Open Limit Adjuster makes a lot of limits dynamic instead of static. Here's the configuration file for Open Limit Adjuster. As you can see, a lot of the San Andreas limits are listed as unlimited rather than a set value. The limits set as unlimited will dynamically change to your needs if your game somehow goes over any of these limits while playing, so the game won't run into any issues. There are some limits which aren't unlimited, but these limits are increased compared to the normal game, and should be high enough for the majority of users. Open Limit Adjuster also allows you to view limits with the game running by pressing F5, which can be a useful feature for some. Now, what about the Fastman92 Limit Adjuster? This limit adjuster is a lot more robust, and it includes way more options than Open Limit Adjuster. For example, this limit adjuster allows modders to expand the game map massively, allowing them to do things like add Vice City and Liberty City outside of the original San Andreas map boundaries. However, simply expanding the map boundaries isn't enough, because the game only has a certain number of object IDs available, and Rockstar used most of them for the original San Andreas map, which left very few IDs available for modders to add new objects to the map. Except, this limit adjuster can also increase the number of IDs available to modders, which means adding Liberty City and Vice City to the game is now possible, along with even more objects if modders choose to do so. This wasn't possible before Fastman92 Limit Adjuster. We would usually need to replace objects that are already in the game, but with this limit adjuster, we don't have to. Fastman92 Limit Adjuster also allows users to add new vehicles and weapons to the game instead of replacing them as well. It's basically the ultimate tool for massive San Andreas mods that aim to expand the game in a major way. So, a conclusion. For the majority of people, Open Limit Adjuster is what you should be using. You shouldn't need to tweak anything, and it should cover basically everything you'll need when modding your game. Fastman92 Limit Adjuster should only be installed if a mod specifically says that you need it for the mod to work. This will mostly include really big mods such as GTA Underground, RIP, or GTA Mixed. Mods that add weapons or vehicles to the game will also need Fastman92 Limit Adjuster. But again, the mod author will specify that in the mod's installation instructions. Keep in mind I said add, not replace. The majority of mods will replace weapon or vehicle models already in the game. Open Limit Adjuster and Fastman92 Limit Adjuster are compatible with each other too by default. However, it is possible they won't work together if their settings have been changed from the default. If a mod doesn't specifically require the Fastman92 Limit Adjuster, you don't need it. So for this guide, we'll just use Open Limit Adjuster as it will cover the majority of your needs. And don't forget, if a mod doesn't specifically say that you need to increase any limits, you really shouldn't need to tweak a limit adjuster settings. Okay, you now know what limit adjusters do, and that unless told by a modder, you shouldn't mess with them. So, let's move on and install Open Limit Adjuster, which is more than enough for our needs. Step 1. Download Open Limit Adjuster from the link in the description.
Mark. He's cheating, bro. He's speeding up the video.
Step 2. Open the archive you just downloaded and then copy the Open Limit Adjuster folder from the archive into your ModLoader folder. And that's it. Open Limit Adjuster is now installed. Okay, loaded, and then copy the
open limit adjuster. Okay, then I gotta do what again? What I gotta do? What do I gotta do?
the Open Limit Adjuster folder from the archive into your mod loader folder.
Oh, so open limit adjuster from here to my mod loader. Okay.
Folder. And that's it.
That's
Open Limit Adjuster is now installed.
Alright,
Okay, I know I literally just told you not to touch any limits in Open Limit Adjuster unless a mod requires you to do so, but there is one thing we're going to change. San Andreas has a thing called streaming memory. Out of the 4 GB of RAM our game can now use, or 3 GB if you're on a 32-bit system, some of that memory is allocated specifically for streaming the game world. Streaming is how the game world works. Objects stream in and out as you play, such as buildings, pedestrians, vehicles, etc. By default, San Andreas only allocates 64 megabytes to streaming. So if you install a high definition texture mod and the game only allows 64 megabytes of RAM to be used for the world streaming, it's very likely your game will look like this, as the size of the texture will use up all of the available streaming memory. This can be fixed by increasing how much memory the game can use, specifically for streaming. We installed a 4 GB patch earlier, which allows our game to use up to 4 GB of RAM overall, or 3 GB if you're on a 32-bit system. So we can increase the streaming memory limit quite significantly using Open Limit Adjuster, as we have plenty of RAM available, so let's do that. Step 1. Open your mod loader folder, open the Open Limit Adjuster folder, and then open the configuration file with any text editor. Step 2. Find the memory available option in the San Andreas section. This option controls how much memory the game can use for streaming.
Memory available, memory available, memory available. Right there, 30%.
Don't get confused and think it controls how much memory the game uses altogether. Once you've found the option, you can see that by default the value is a percentage. However, you can also set a specific value in megabytes. So we're going to replace the default Open Limit Adjuster setting with our own value. So step 3, delete the 30% value and simply replace it with 512. Once you're done, save the
512
file.
File. Save.
This means that the game will now dedicate 512 megabytes to world streaming instead of the game's original setting of 64 megabytes. This should be more than enough for the majority of people. You really won't need more than this, and it's a perfect value for the average system. I wouldn't recommend touching this value again. Installing high definition textures should no longer cause issues with world streaming now, as you can see here. If for some reason you do need to tweak this value, I have a full video covering how streaming memory works, covering how the option works, and when you might need to tweak it. I'd recommend watching it at some point so you have a better understanding of it, but for now, this is all you need to know about streaming memory, and realistically, you won't need to change this value again. Once more, after you've made this change to Open Limit Adjuster, you really shouldn't play with any values here unless a mod specifically instructs you to. You're more likely to cause further issues changing values here than solving them, so just leave it as it is. And that will be all of the essential mods you'll need. I'd recommend making a backup of your game at this stage. If you haven't got space, don't worry about it, you can skip this, but it's handy to have in case you somehow mess up your game later on while modding. It means you won't have to install all the essential mods again.
Yeah, that is true. I'm gonna go ahead and make another
Again,
backup.
if you found this guide helpful so far, please consider giving the video a like. It really helps. And that will be all for this episode. After following this video, your game should be a lot more stable overall, and you've installed all of the necessary mods that you'll need for installing other mods. In the next video, we're going to take an in-depth look at ModLoader, get familiar with some mod tools, and even create our own little mod, which will help you understand some of the San Andreas file types better. Thank you for watching part 2, and I'll see you in the next episode.
These days,
Alright, y'all, hold on. Let me see something. Because, storage settings. Ooh. A couple megabytes free? Boo. What's good, Emma? Yeah. Let me try to fix something real quick, y'all. All right, so we got, oh shit. All right, so we got that done. Now let me fix. Let me see. Let's get this up out of here because we ain't even doing that. And then. You feel me? So like, boom. Like, boom. Empty recycle bin. We're gonna go boom. Let's go here. Let's go boom. Let's go. For storage settings, boom. All right, bet. That's more like it. That more likey. That more likey. Okay, man. So. Yeah, so. Boom. We'll go here. We'll change this to clean. Change this name to all right.
Oh, baby, drinks on me.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis?
No.
With fewer symptoms.
In our last episode, we learned about ASI loaders, Clio, limit adjusters, and we also installed the essential mods necessary to make San Andreas stable, which will enable us to modify our game even further. This episode will probably be the longest of the entire guide, as we're going to do the following. We're going to download, install, and set up mod tools. We're going to do a simple exercise and create a basic mod. This will give you an even better understanding of how the game works, and it'll teach you about the game's...
Okay, so we're gonna go to... Let's go to... SGTA. Hold on, I know what we're gonna do. I got it. I got it. Okay, so we're gonna go.
When I be in the streets, I know my boys got my back, but when it comes to toting straps, hope they don't run when the bullets get ahead of me.
Damn!
When I be in the streets, I know my boys got my back, but
I bet. Oh, no way to play GTA San Andreas 2 times.
Inhabited wherever you go. Urbanize tackles exactly that by adding
List of mods right here.
hundreds of new NPC actions across the game, making the world feel more active, more populated, and far more believable. With over 20,000 new objects already placed throughout the map, the result is a denser, more lived-in San Andreas. With that in place, let's now focus on improving the visuals. First, we have Rosa Project evolved. This overhaul rebuilds the textures across the entire world. Streets, buildings, roads, interiors, but without changing what makes San Andreas feel like San Andreas. It simply looks clearer, like the world has finally come into focus after years of blur. Then we bring in real linear graphics combined with reshade. It actually took me quite a while to decide which visual approach to use here. I looked through several different options, including RenderHook and DirectX 3.0, but those felt a little bit too drastic for what we're trying to achieve in this video. In the end, I decided to go with this combination for one simple reason.
Yeah, nah. We want it to be drastic. We want to remaster it so that it feels like a different.
You're either growing or you're grinding.
Different whole.
Good morning, Fred. We've received an emergency call, and you're being rerouted.
Success is no longer about working harder. It's about working smarter. About using AI to automate processes and accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow.
In today's video, I'll be transforming GTA San Andreas
Let's see if we know what we're doing
this.
now.
But I've installed hundreds of mods besides just
Urbanize
updates. And the final result of today's video is absolutely unbelievable. So the first thing I wanted to get out of the way was a brand new graphical update. This game was revolutionary for the time, but if we're going to remaster it properly, unlike Rockstar Games, you're going to need something a little bit better. And after doing some research, I downloaded a mod that I felt was the best fit possible.
Oh my god, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my god, what she saying, say it loud, yeah.
This visual mod is absolutely unbelievable. The lighting looks absolutely unreal. And this game has just transformed from something that looks like it's 20 years old to something that trumps Rockstar Games Definitive Edition that they created themselves. I actually spent about half an hour just driving around after installing this mod because I was absolutely blown away over how good it already looks. And you may have noticed that I also went ahead and installed the GTA 5 style heads-up display. And this transforms the old outdated version with a circular map and the HUD in the top right hand screen to a more compact and modern version. And this doesn't only transform the map, it also gives you a weapon wheel, the ability to change radio stations on a wheel as well, and also shows you where all the police are on the map. And if you feel like setting a waypoint, you'll even get a built-in GPS as well. But one of the most iconic features in GTA 5 is of course the special abilities that each character has. Michael has the ability to slow down time while shooting, while Franklin has the ability to do the same while driving. So I managed to find a mod to add this into GTA San Andreas. You're now able to build up a special ability meter just like in GTA 5, and then slow down time while shooting or driving. So I decided to add this mod to my remaster project, and now having these special abilities with this graphical update completely transforms the gaming experience. But there's still something missing, and that is that some of the textures around the map still don't feel quite right. So the first thing I did was install the transform the map. It also gives you a weapon wheel. The ability of today's video is absolutely unbelievable. So the first thing I wanted to get out of the way was a brand new graphical update. This game was revolutionary for the time.
Yeah, we gotta get the graphics. We gotta change the graphics. But first, what we just did, let's see if it worked. The Urbanize mod. Let's see if the Urbanize mod worked. We gotta make sure it worked. Everything working. Let's see. Let's see. All right. I got 5 plugins, options. Let's go back. Let's go new game. All right.
What you want? What you need?
Ooh.
You was wrong with the hood, bitch. Nice and cold, thanks, man. Anytime, Doc.
Jefferson's Motel. Hey, just chill out, just chill out. No, just chill out, just chill out. But no, just chill, just chill. Hello, how y'all doing? Let me go and cross the street. I don't want no problems. I just want to see.
Bro got nothing.
How y'all doing? Y'all just going.
Raise up out of here, Apples. Raise up.
This nigga sitting on this.
Let's be peaceful,
on this
brother.
porch. I don't know if that's normal or not though.
Let's be respectful, brother.
Going across over here again. But they still follow me? They're definitely still following me. Oh, how you doing, ma'am? You ever reading the paper? I ain't never seen that before. Yeah, let me go ahead and hit that corner right there. Boom, boom. Just hit that corner right there. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. Okay, they're in here having a conversation type shit. Yep.
I apologize for my bad friend.
I keep my Taylor in a box at home.
Yep. I'm gonna get down here real quick. That car just spawned out of nowhere. It's okay though. It's okay though. Yep. Oh my god, my stamina's so terrible. How y'all doing? Let's go to the pizza shop real quick. Let's see what they doing. Here's the pizza spot. I'm seeing people sitting on their porches and shit. That's cool. People having conversations that they weren't having before, like this. Oh, she on the phone. Yeah, you don't see that normally.
Can you smell my new Max Render? Yes, it's damn good. It's safe, bitch. These fools out here are nutty. So far.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, it's like that. I love violence.
So I love violence. That's it. Now, some of y'all might think that's pussy. I ain't had nothing to say afterward. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a little whole move, but it's alright. Alright, so we added that mod. That mod cool, smooth, working great. Now
it properly, unlike Rockstar Games, we're going to need something a little bit better, and after doing some research, I downloaded a mod that I felt was the best fit possible.
Oh my god, I'm just playing.
Let me see. How to download DirectX graphics and CASA. I think that's the right way to say it. DirectX 3.0. A 7-minute tutorial. Alright, this is better. This is 4 minutes, straight to the point.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am gonna help you with GTA San Andreas graphics mod installation. I'm gonna install DirectX 3 mod in GTA San Andreas if you wanna install it. Watch full video carefully, so let's jump to the video.
Thank you for the sub. Ooh, hold on. Y'all remember this? Everybody used to have this intro back in 2000 goddamn 10.
So, first of all, download this file from my description link.
Right.
Extract or open required file. Go to required file and copy all. You can drag and drop also. I'm dragging all and pasting to make.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll show you how to install DirectX 3 graphics mode in GTA San Andreas. So 2 years ago I made a video on this topic and I was actually out of the YouTube. That's why I didn't notice that a lot of people's having issues with this mode, these files and a lot of things. So I thought about making a new video. It's a bit late, but yeah, this is the new version. In this version I'll show you how to install the game and of course watch the full video because there's a lot of settings you have to do. So let's see how it works on our PC this time and enjoy the video and watch carefully.
Alright, so to install graphics mode, first of all we have to install these two files. I'll give this link in the description and from there you can download these two files. First of all, extract them all, so I'll do step by step. This requires file. First of all, extract here, and as you can see these all files you have to copy them and you have to paste them all in the GTA San Andreas directory. Then go back, then I'll delete it to simple the process, and then we have to extract them. So I'm extracting this graphics mode folder. So as you can see it's extracted and there's so I'm extracting this graphics mode folder. So as you can see it's extracted and there's a lot of files. Just look on this file. This is San Andreas single player. As I'm playing single player mode in GTA San Andreas, I'll choose this option. And as you can see there's a lot of options here showing a lot of configuration. This depends on your PC actually. If your PC is low end, then you can go with low, very low. If you have a medium end PC, then go with medium, high and very high, ultra. Like you know this what to do with this. So I'll go with very high option, then select all, and then copy them all in the game directory, and boom, the graphics mode is installed. But we can't play either the game because there's a little catch and we have to do a little low, very low. Look on this file, this graphics mode folder. So as you can see it's extracted and there's a lot of files. Just look on this file. This is San Andreas single player. As I'm playing single player mode in GTA San Andreas, I'll choose this option. And as you can see there's a single player. As I'm playing single player mode in GTA San Andreas, I'll choose this option. And as you can see there's a lot of options here showing a lot of configuration. This depends on your PC actually. If your PC is low end, then you can go with low, very low. If you have a medium end PC, then go with medium, high and very high, ultra. Like you know this what to do with this. So I'll go with very high option, then select all.
Alright, so very high. Let's see.
Then copy them all in the game directory, and boom, the graphics.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is mod loader. Gotta copy all these into mod loader. And then Move that GTA. Move that over. Clio. Put them in the Clio folder. Alright, that should be everything. It should be everything. I will see if it works.
Modded install, but we can't play either the game because there's a little catch and we have to do a little change in the game. So first we have to go back and then we can see optimizer file, folder. Open this folder and then copy both of them and paste in the game directory simply. And now you can see the startup slash.
Nope. So it wasn't done with it. Boom.
/sp, it's underscore, sorry for that. So right click on it and then click on edit, scroll down and you can see gtsanandreas.exe. Just simply delete that underscore and put minus here. And
alright, so what I'm doing,
down and you can right click on it.
what am I right clicking on? Startup. Where's startup at? Where's startup at?
It's underscore, you can see. So first we have to go back and then we can see optimizer and we have to boom the option, then select all and then copy them all in the game directory and boom, the graphics mode is installed, but we can't play either the game because there's a little catch.
I think it's fixed.
And rename with the same thing, the minus option, and then put enter. It will say to give a new name like with a 2, so give it. And yeah, that's it. And you can open this game from here. Don't try to open game from this file, try to open game from this file. So I'm opening the game.
Translator setup failed to identify caller ASI. It's not urbanized. see. Mod loader. I don't see no ASIs. Let's do scripts. If I go here and I go boom. Okay, we got silent patch already, so silent patch, trash. Widescreen fix. Saying mod loader. Okay, we got widescreen fix already, so out of here. Okay, y'all, we gotta troubleshoot. So how to fix STD. All right. Okay, we got a mod loader ASI dupe. Let's move this one. Okay, so I got rid of those, and let's see if that worked. Let's see if the game runs. Uh-oh. Let's see. Did we successfully do it already? Oh yeah.
5 years.
Oh yeah. After 5 years on the East Coast, it's time to go home.
Hey, you got any real blood? Ain't nothing dope about the Grove, man. Hey, fool, you bang?
Nah.
Grove wears snitch jackets. Suck my dick, Grove bitch.
But
trying to get laid out.
Oh, he's a bitch.
GFF ain't no shit.
Alright, bet. So now we just need to get smaller mods. Now we gotta get clothing mods and shit like that. Like, let's go ahead and lady. Hold on, let me close some of these shit. So hold on, cause I got hella tabs open. Close tab. I'm sorry, I gotta. Alright. Alright. Okay. My bad, y'all. I was checking something that I just did on Fiverr. We got the stream up, and then Twitch. We know on Twitch right now, and yeah, let's go there. Do that. All right, so we got all right, here we go. Now we gotta look for mods. Now this is where it starts to get fun. Turn this off. This, and this. Filter on my mods. Husband and wife skins. The family, the Family Guy skins is crazy. It's funny. Clothing pack. Guess percentages. Bape clothing pack. Clothing pack. Supreme clothing pack. Bape clothing pack. New cool clothing pack. Mods. Sounds. Let me see. Let's see what the. Hold on. GTA say clothing. V2. Alright, let's see. Authentic clothing. Okay, you got the suits.
burning desire. Inside my heart, how much will it cost?
Includes new clothes, more pants, shoes, more jewelry, earrings, and tattoos specifically curated to fit CJ's personality. I'm also planning to adjust prices for that. Do he got hairstyles or something? Do he got authentic hairstyles? Oh, what here?
Hey everyone, Mike Ford, CEO of Skydio. Today we're going to talk about the World Cup. It's probably going to be the largest advertising moment of the decade. There's billions of viewers, 48 nations having teams, 3 host countries.
Yeah, get that shit out of here, gang. Authentic clothing pack. Let's go ahead and do it. So we can get dripped up. We might still have doo-doo hairstyles, but still, at least we can get dripped up. And like the booty hairstyles, so like they'll be alright. You feel me? Alright, so profile location. Okay, bet. So what we gotta do is the mod loader folder, CJ clothing, to your GTA directory. Put this in here. And let's see. Let's see if it works. Close that. Close that. Boom. Now we're gonna see if it worked. Let's see if it worked. Alright, the game loading. Game loading. It started. So it ain't crashed yet. I don't want to jinx myself. Okay. And I forgot we got the ENB. I damn near forgot already. Oh, game, sweet girl. Let's see if we can load a save. Because they did say something be wrong with the saves if it's not the right version. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Is it gonna work? I'm scared. I'm trying to close it in a panic. Closing independent. Tax manager. It's stuck. It's stuck. No, it's stuck. It was going too well. Holy, bro. I can't close the damn game. What the hell? Yeah, that's crazy. That is insane work. Like, I dead ass can't move the tax manager over. That's crazy. I love dogs. Thank you for the sub. I dead ass can't move the tech nothing over from this screen. Control F5. Oh wow. I ain't gonna lie, chat. We might have to restart the PC. Because I can't even use my damn monitor. It's just blacked out. And I can't close the shit. So, yeah, we'll be right back.